バーと小さの未来空間チャンネル。Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and we have a very special guest today. When I went to Beijing back in April, I have met with, I have discovered one very excellent company in autonomous driving. And I met with a lot of people there, especially the CEO of the company that we are very lucky to have today. So let me introduce to you Mr. Maxwell Zhou, founder and CEO of DeepRoute.ai. Welcome. So thank you for your time, Maxwell.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also for your audience. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So we met back in April in Beijing.
Yeah.
And I was very intrigued by your company. So I really wanted to discuss again and share this with my audience for my channel. So I have a few questions for you today. So the first of all, could you please tell us a little bit about your company, what you do, and what your goals are, and so forth?
Yeah, so I will use 1 minute to introduce the company. So we founded in April 2019, and we are doing autonomous driving in the beginnings. We are in this industry, we are the pioneer in the technologies. So we are one of the first AI startup to release the map free in China. And we are also one of the first to release the end-to-end model. That's the first time. So we released that is in the Beijing Auto Show. That's the first time I meet you. And then right now, everybody is doing the same, right? But back to the April, no, it's even bigger, even earlier than April. I think it is March, because I do the GTC. I do a presentation on GTC to parents after that. So it is in the March, yeah. So currently we are working with the major OEMs in China to mass produce this smart driving vehicles. So like a company including the Great Wall, this major OEM are working with us.
Wow.
So we are accumulate the data. So for the autonomous drivings, and so our ultimate goal is bring the AGI for physical world. That means it's not just for the smart driving vehicles, it also for the robots. This is our ultimate goal to achieve that.
Wow. Wonderful. It's a big dream, big goal.
Yeah, so I always say, so I was so excited because we born at this time. I got my PhD in 2016. So that's my major is artificial intelligence. After I graduate, I joined the autonomous driving company in Silicon Valley, and then very quick after 8 months, so I founded my first companies. So yeah, it's so excited we are born at this age and has these opportunities to doing this. Especially back to 7 or 8 years ago, there are only few people doing this. So yeah, give you the chance to open our companies. So this is real. This opportunity is real.
Absolutely. I think this event, autonomous driving, will change the whole world. Not just, a lot of people think just, the cars that you don't have to drive, but very few people realize that this is going to cause huge upgrade in our human civilization, I think.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Especially at the end of the 2020s, 2022. Once the GPT released, we realized so there will be also our major upgrade for robots and for autonomous driving. So then quickly they have technology named end-to-end on robotics, and we saw the power of these new technologies. So it is drive like a human right now, no longer like the traditional robotics technologies, which is modular based, like these robots built in 20 years ago, like the robots built by Waymo. So this technology is abandoned, so replaced with the latest one. And it is very powerful and very powerful. And we saw the scanning laws and these new technologies give us way better upper bound
Yes, and I was very lucky to be in one of your demo car back in April, and
Yeah.
I was very impressed about driving by itself. And by hearing from many people in your company, my impression was that you are the closest to Tesla I know. I'm a former Tesla employee and I drive Tesla cars for over 7 years now. And I think, your goal and Tesla's goals may have similarities.
Yeah, so this is true. This is true. We both of us we're starting working on autonomous driving for mass productions. So we are the pioneer to remove the HD maps, and we are maybe both are one of the first companies to starting working with end-to-end. So we have a similar belief in so how to achieve the next level AI. So we are doing quite the same.
Great, great. As you mentioned, I realized when I went to Beijing that many companies are now shifting away from HD map. And some people
Yes.
told me about kind of a intermediate kind of map system called, some people call it SD plus maps. So
Yeah.
it's more than the standard definition map that's on your cell phone, but it's in 3D and has lane informations and things like that. So how do you see the whole Chinese autonomous driving technology shifting going? How do you see as a whole movement?
I was saying, so there are several levels of the technologies. So the basic one is you use HD map. So then there is another version which called is HQ map. That means it has all these topologies, all these learning informations, just not as accurate as HD. So this is HQ. And then there are SD map, SD map plus. There are several levels. But so in DeepRoute, we believe that the AI should like humans. So we should use only the information for human brains. For example, we use the standard navigation map to drive. That means if your AI is good enough, you can use the same to drive by yourself. So this is our beliefs. But since we started early, right? We're starting on working on HD map. It is 3 or 4 years ago. So there are some companies that just started that. So that means they has to use extra informations. But for us, so we only use SD map, and it can drive very good. So yeah,
Excellent.
so yeah, there's companies they use HQ SD plus because of they start late, so they has to use this extra info to help the autonomous driving.
I see. Great. It's great to hear that you're far ahead of everybody else. And I understand you're working with many big companies, OEMs right now in China, but do you plan to go beyond China?
Sure, definitely. So we are talking with the international OEMs for these technologies. Definitely, we will go beyond the China because these technologies, we don't collecting data info, right? Mapping infos. That means this is not sensitive, for governments. This technology is naturally can be adopted worldwide, right? And
Right.
the thing is, we're starting in China because currently the Chinese customers they are more accept this latest technologies.
Right.
They're willing to pay for these technologies, but not the rest of the world. I travel to Europe, I travel in States a lot. So even Tesla providing, very good performance in States, but only few people buy for this extra, packages. I mean, their customer and they are a lot of, as Chinese customers, so they're willing to pay for that.
I see.
It
Yes.
takes time, I think. Yeah.
I was very impressed about the China. Well, actually, at that time, I only been to Beijing, not
Yeah.
the entire China, but there are so many cars with the green licenses. So,
Yeah.
so people are so much advanced in how they think, how they value, and I thought that was more like a looking at the future.
Yeah. That is true. So in China, so if a car is more than $50,000, so or $40,000, you have to have the urban NOAs. Otherwise, there's no way to sell your cars. So this is what happened in China. So, and you will see the Mercedes, the BMW, the volume of the sold drops. And
Right.
the car with latest smart technologies, sells good in China. So as this OEM I mentioned above, so they are willing to equip it with this technology to sell the car and higher margin, higher price.
I starting to realize that the many Chinese EVs coming out right now, they already have at least level 2 ADAS as a standard features and not the option for extra money. But that creates more competitiveness and price value to the cars, just like you said.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be the trend from here on?
Yeah, that's what definitely the trend. I would say that's what be a trend.
Great. How do you
It's
work?
not like the States, because in China, when you drive, so there are too many traffic, there are traffic jams. So you don't really want to drive. But in States, when I drive in highway, so I was enjoying the driving times. China, no, you don't enjoy that. So that's why you need an LA, urban LA.
Yeah, my feeling is that if you can do autonomous driving in China, you can do anywhere in the world.
Almost everywhere.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. Yeah, okay, that's very exciting. So the technology is changing, the AIs are getting stronger, especially, the way you are working with end-to-end neural net. And I heard that you are looking at reducing the number of sensors, especially something like LiDARs. So how's your technical hardware strategy going forward?
I was saying, so we follow the rule, the principle that the AI will be like a brains. So that means because as a revolution, billion years, so no animals has a organ like lidars, right? They have eyes, they have sounds, maybe they have the ultrasonic sensor radars, but no lidar at all. Right? Think about it. So your AI is building a brain. You should believe, the revolution of the nature, right? Why? Why they don't have such sensor for billion years? That's because of the reason. If your AI is powerful enough, you don't need that. So this is my belief in. Because look at what is end-to-end. What is large language model? Basically, is just a copy of the functionality of a brain. Just
I see.
believe that. So that means if your AI power enough, you don't need this.
Right. Right. In the United States, the most famous one is Waymo. And Waymo does rely on HD map still. And they have a very long time experience operating the robotaxis.
Yes.
So that's another know-how on top of AI. So, and I understand you were developing robotaxis as well for many years.
Yeah.
So
I was saying the Waymo's technologies is before the ChatGPTs.
Right.
That is AI 1.0. That basically is computer visions, right? And plus the rule-based stuffs. This is the Waymo's approach. And the Tesla's approach, basically Tesla's approach is not working before the GPTs. It's barely work. But after the GPTs come out, after the technology end-to-end come out, so this new technology become better, much better. And it looks like they're gonna, catch up or take over way more very quick. That's because of the AI become more powerful.
Right. I'm wondering, why Google has Gemini. They have, a lot of compute power and a lot of money, I guess. Why wouldn't Waymo switch to that end-to-end neural net?
That is hard. So this question is why Waymo, Google invented the transformer, but OpenAI has the ChatGPT, right? That's the same because of the big company problem, right? They always have these problems.
I see.
Right?
I see.
Think about transformers, right? That's the same.
Right.
And
so, the startup companies like yours.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, there's an interview for the former Google CEOs, right? Everybody knows that. What he said.
Right.
I think that's the same, right? They give you the answer why Google don't work, right?
Maybe so, maybe so. So that's why small startup, well, you're not exactly small startup, but the newer companies can move faster, can make faster decision. Everybody's more energetic. So that's what I saw in your company, which I thought was great. And similar to what we used to call, well, Tesla speed among the employees. So I have big hope for your company, and I heard that you are called genius of AI, and you studied in Texas, right? So you have global mindset. I think you have a very, very excellent chance to be the world standard. How soon do you think you be more like a de facto standard?
How soon?
Hard question.
I was thinking it is happening right now. That's
Mm.
because of so the first car using our technologies, it is sold to the market this month already. So we have over 10,000 K unit orders by maybe 48 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, once it is released to the market, and we were having more data and having more data to train the models, so it will become better and better. I was thinking it is happening right now, and very quick. Yeah, and it's quick.
Great, great. So talk about training. Where I come from, Tesla has millions of cars out there.
Yeah.
So with basically FSD capable hardware already built in, it's not easy, but they have, more advantage collecting huge data, huge amount of data. So in your case, to, help the machine learning and deep learning, how do you cope with the issue?
So there's a diagram of MPI. I take Tesla as an example. So there are a diagram of MPI of Tesla by each version of FSD. You will say before the version 12, the MPI is almost the same. It's around like 50 miles per disengagement. But after the version 12, and it is increased exponentially. Can you say before version 12, the data is useless? Maybe give you 100 cars or 1,000 cars, that is enough for all the data set. But for us, that also happens. So initially we have 100 cars. I feel the saturate of the MPI in China. So you cannot do better. But after we switch to the end-to-end, we will see the increase of our MPI like this. It is like this, increase that. And and then we quickly do the mass productions. So that means, we were not saturated by the number of the vehicles, because we will ship 10,000 units on September. It already has this quantity of orders right now. So that's good. So if we are not doing the mass productions, we are still only have 100 cars, we will slow down very quick.
Right.
Because this is data driven.
What about on the back end side, the compute power?
The compute power is fine. Yeah, we can solve. You figured out a way to solve the compute power issue.
Great. I think China, from the top of the government to the industry, the direction is very clear that so this is not just about China. It's worldwide, as you mentioned. So, and the speed is almost everything.
Speed is everything. So you need to iterate fast.
Yes, yes. Are you satisfied with your advancement, the speed, and everything else?
Yeah, it is too push in China. So you were enjoying the speed in the Bay Area.
Right. So I lived in Shanghai for 8.5 years. I have
you need to come to Shenzhen, so it is even more faster in Shenzhen.
Oh, yes, I would love to visit you in Shenzhen.
This is the youngest big city in China. So everybody, for people like me, this age, so it is above the average. But in Shanghai and in Beijing, so I was below average. But in Shenzhen, I am above the average. So sad.
Great.
Every morning you go to the subway and you will saw, hey, all these faces, they are young.
Wow. So energetic, right?
Yes.
Right.
This is good.
I've never been to Shenzhen, so I must pay a visit and visit your company.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the future. We have been talking about future, but the big future. So in people's lives, I think autonomous
Yeah.
driving can bring so much opportunities for everyone, not just for the, automobile industry, not just for the computer industry, but the flower shop, restaurant, anything. Just like internet brought so much opportunity to everyone, and mobile phones brought so much opportunity for everyone. I think autonomous driving will bring us bigger opportunity. So, what do you think will be one of the biggest changes that can happen to our lives worldwide? It's either business or, a personal life or, whatever. What do you think your technology can make the difference?
I think the technology we are building today can provide a foundation model for all the robots.
Oh.
Thinking about what a human can do. So we can move to everywhere. So that's the functionality of your feet, your balance. And then we can handle almost every object, right? To move the object from one place to another place. This is the most two important capability of a human. And the last one, so you can make a plan, right? You can make a plan from A to B by your feet and move something from A to B. So there's a three capability that is basically the human. And for us, so our technologies for autonomous driving can providing a foundation model for the movements at least, right? This is exactly what way has happened because we don't rely on actual map. That's the thing. That means this is general technologies. This is adaptive for all the environments. Yeah, and we can providing that clearly.
Wow.
This technology, it is quite the same. It's no longer using traditional robots technologies. So this is non-transfer for different cases.
So that's another very exciting and trendy area.
Yeah.
Humanoid robots, both in the United States and in China. The speed of development is really, really fast, and the merge of humanoid robots and new type of AI, like Tesla calls it a real world AI.
Physical AI.
Physical AI.
That's the same. Yeah, physical AI. I think China has very good opportunities on physical AI. That's because of physical AI, you need a very good capabilities of manufacturing.
Right.
If you have no capability to manufacture the things, how can you get in the data?
Right.
So this is my belief. Yeah, China has a chance in physical AI. I believe in because every robots make in United States they put the order in China, right? They buy the motors, they buy the parts, and and they ship to US. Let's see what happens. I know. So we even know the parts numbers. So all these robots company in Silicon Valley were hit by the motors.
Right. Wow, that's a huge change to the entire world. Yeah. And maybe some of them can become my friend, not just a worker, but the companion, maybe, partner.
It takes time, but I believe in the coming 5 or 10 years, the human humanoid will be has the feeling of like a human. I mean, like autonomous driving, right? It is almost 10 years, 8 years already. And you can clearly say after the end trend is drive more and more like a human. This is what will happen in human robots.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 10 years is zoop, it goes by so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So, I'm again very, very impressed with your vision, your dream, your goals, and your speed, and people in your company. I think making a very, very energetic movement. Yeah. So I heard that Alibaba is one of your investors, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very happy to know you before you become a multi-billionaire. So please remember me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is if you're doing something right at the right times, and you have the right technology and capabilities. So you are the lucky guys. Yeah.
You are the lucky guy. So I want to ask you last message to the world, the world of drivers, the world of car makers, the world of technology, or maybe your future employee who joins you to change the world. May I have the last message from you?
Yeah. My last message is I was thinking the next decades, maybe 2 decades. So that's the age of AI. What is happening on the physical world? So it is so excited. If you are the people, excited about that, you should consider joining companies like us. So we are focusing on physical AI. If you more like to do something changing in digital world, you can do in large language models. But if you want to change something in physical world, come to join us. We can we can do something, which is cool and might change the world. Yeah. That's it.
Great. Thank you so much. And congratulations on your progress. And I hope you keep doing that and more acceleration and become one of the world standards. So thank you again for joining us today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.